Hello friends. I was just inspired to make this video in a weird way. I'm just sitting here, I'm watching other people's videos. I was watching the Riff Shaman's video on, God, I can't even remember what it's called. I had it open, now it's gone. Shifting Gears. I think that's what it was. And he was saying something about something that I've struggled with for a long time, which is giving things away for free that are very valuable, like a blessing, like a, not just a blessing, but like a powerful activation, an entire energy healing session, which can open up a lot of stuff for somebody, and does open up a lot of stuff for somebody, for everybody, whether they know it or not. And the issue of charging for it. You know, when you're like borderline anarchistic in your thinking and you're like, money is stupid and I don't want to have to deal with that or whatever, which I do, then it's difficult to ask somebody for even a donation. Like, would you please, oh please, I want to, just, please, there has to be an exchange of energy here is one of the terms that we use sometimes. And, you can't give away anything for free. Sometimes karmically it's not a good idea. And you come up with all these excuses, but really it comes down to it. We don't want to have to use money, and we want to be able to give this stuff away for free, and it ultimately you should be able to give it away for free because everything in the universe is free. But you have to survive. And Riffy said something, I don't even remember exactly what it was because I'm making this video like on the spur of the moment, really. But it just kind of just made it make sense to me. It was like, we will continue, like, that making money is one of the best ways to beat the system at this point until the time comes when we don't need it anymore. And I just thought that was just kind of like just some things shook together in my head right here. Anyway, I'm sitting here and I'm just kind of like, playing with some crystals, which I don't usually do. I just took a new type of ormus. Haven't felt huge effects from it or anything, but it's very watery and very quartzy and very crystally. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to this video and I'm channeling some Reiki energy, which I also don't usually typically work with, into this crystal grid. And then I'm flipping through my tarot cards, and then all of a sudden it just like clicked. I'm like, I have to make a video. This video is also for two purposes. A person who I gave an energy healing session to, which blew his mind. That was his terminology. And he's very interested in this type of stuff. And then I gave him an attunement, a Reiki attunement, and I wanted to talk about these things. I've made this video in a sense before I had any sort of following, before anybody was paying attention to what I was doing, and before I felt comfortable. Now I feel comfortable and I'm making it again, but it hopefully will be better this time. There are, oh my god, I can't even think of the right word. There are myriad Reiki systems out there today. Myriad. That's a lot. I think it's 12,000 actually. And they're all different, and they're all called something something Reiki. There's Dragon Reiki. There's Kundalini Reiki. There's the original Usui Sensei's form of Reiki, but then if you take that, they practice it one way in Japan and they don't call it Reiki, and they practice it one way in the West and they call it Reiki. It's not a Reiki energy that you're using. It's not the specific energy that's called Reiki that you're tapping into and you're directing it into somebody, which is the way we think of it here. Maybe it has to do with the way we use language or something, but to people in the Japanese school, the more Eastern school, it's not this weird energy that you tap into. It's just like the way you heal or something. Anyway, it's totally different. That being said, I received a system myself. What happened was I was practicing Kunlun, and then I was just in a state of evacuation, let's say, and I was just sitting there and I was just sort of meditating to it. And I heard a voice inside my head, and I don't typically hear voices inside my head. I channel, but I don't hear voices when I channel. It's a feeling, it's like an emotion that comes up that stirs me, and it moves my mouth to say a certain thing, to express a certain way, to write a certain way, because so much of my being is involved in writing. But this time I heard a voice, and it was very clearly a Japanese word. I know enough about Japanese to know that it was Japanese, and that it was a double consonant. This is important. And it was Onna-mai Reiki. And I was like, okay, whatever. I heard random syllables. I heard random syllables in my head. Big deal. And then, lo and behold, I saw a symbol. Poof. And it just appeared before me, and I went, okay. Well then this is one I use instead of, I don't usually use to draw symbols and things, my index finger. I use this mudra. It's called sword hand, I guess, or sword fingers, and it's I think you'll see the street monk doing it sometimes. It's like a martial arts type thing, very powerful. So I hold this like this, and I draw this symbol. And then I wait for it, and just this like overwhelming giddiness comes over me, and I'm just buzzing with this energy, and it's like down here in my second chakra, or my lower dantian, and it's just like, it's just giddy energy, and I'm just like so happy. I just feel like, oh goodness, like what is this? I want to dance, I just want to like spin in circles and do all these weird things and just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. It was great. That was the feeling that I had. Then later, I don't usually receive things that are in actual languages. I do the language of light stuff and all that kind of thing, and I'm perfectly content doing that. But this time I was curious. I was like, what does this mean? Onna-mai. And I knew it wasn't Onna-mai, it was Onna-mai, because that's how it sounded in my head. And then I look it up. If you're Japanese and you can disprove this or whatever, then go for it. Blast my video apart and my entire world surrounding this system of Reiki. Dare ya. I looked it up, and Onna-mai, the only reference I could find to it was a book. First of all, I did look up the actual translation, and it means female dancer. What? I know, it's crazy. Then I continued searching, and it seems to be a colloquial expression that means enraptured. That was really interesting to me, because you have these two juxtapositions, female dancer, but then the idea of a female's dance is one sort of like maybe almost the Dakini energy, which is also related to Kunlun, very much so, and being enwrapped in bliss, enraptured. And I loved that. And that was my system. All of a sudden I had it all, and I could delve further into it if I wanted to, and it hasn't been completely pertinent until this point in my life. That brings me to my friend who I gave a energy healing session to for free, and he gladly offered to give me services in return, like yard work and different things, because he doesn't really have any money. And I was very grateful that he said that, just to offer something in return. That's extraordinary. But it wasn't feeling right. I didn't need the extra work, or I don't need it. So I'm like, okay, just things will unfold as they unfold. But I gave him this attunement, and it's the only type of Reiki I feel comfortable attuning somebody to, because it's mine, you know what I mean? Like, I was the one who received the system. It's not out there. If it is, that would be wow, and I have a symbol. So I'm making this video to introduce you all to it, and to put it out there that if anyone is interested in Reiki and wants to learn a quote-unquote new system of Reiki, I'm your guy. There's this Reiki, and the English translation that I use is Bliss Reiki. That makes sense to the English speaker. What can you use this energy for? Well, I also wanted to say, in this regard, it's free. I can do these attunements for free. I haven't tried to do them long distance yet, so that'll be interesting. But it is, the system that I received, and so I feel comfortable using it. And in general, I guess, what can you use this energy for? You can use it for self-healing, and so, you put it here, it comes to your hands. You can just attune to it, you can meditate with it, just bring it into your heart. You can do different mudras with it, and then just intend to connect to it and have it flow through your meridian systems or the nadis, clear out the chakras. Or you can do spot healing, or you can, like this, and channel it that way. Then the other thing that is useful, and this is, I guess, the point that I wanted to make. I know I'm kind of rambling. Everyone should have an energy healing modality. Everyone should have an energy that they work with that is not just the body's energy, the bio energy. Because you have chi. You have Jing, which is more sexual, physical, raw energy, and that's wonderful to work with, in different methods for bringing that and circulating it throughout the body. Amazing, amazing, amazing energy. And you have Shen, which is the higher spiritual energy, which is located in the center of the head. Qi, the heart. Jing, the lower Dantian area. And you can use all of these energies for different things, but they're your body's energy, and it's difficult unless you do Negong, unless you do Yigong, unless you do Qigong, all the gongs, and some type of martial arts activity. Then you're either gonna just continue circulating the same energies, and then depending on your diet and your sleeping habits and your drinking habits and your exercise habits, you're going to eventually start to deplete your energy if you start to direct your energy to other places. What places? Thank you for asking. You can use any of those energies for different things. Manifestation, magic. You can charge a crystal with it. You can sit with the crystal and then run those energies, any of those energies, through that crystal, and you'll get a certain effect. What I'm saying, or proposing, I suppose, is that everyone should have an energy healing modality that they work with that is not the body's physical energies. Something else to connect to. And you can connect to anything. You can connect to Reiki, you can connect to Deeksha, you can connect to the Akadua to a certain extent. You can connect to Aqua Lead energy, and most of these, or several of them, Reiki, Aqua Lead, Deeksha in particular, say that you have to get a transmission or whatever. I work with the Akadua, and I know that you have to get a transmission, but you can tap into the Akadua field that has been put out there by all of the practitioners, and you can feel it. That's another video. But these other ones that are like cosmic energy that's out there, or earth energies that's down there, you can tap into all of those. You can. You have the ability to do that. But it helps to have a facilitator handy. So it helps to have somebody like me, like anybody else who's working with these energies, who's a Reiki master, etc., open you up to them so that you can become acclimated to them. Okay? If you really want to take the time, you can do it yourself. You can. That's true. But why not have somebody else help you? So, my system that I'm putting forward is very beautiful. It feels like a warm giddiness. It has a warm, giddy quality to it. I don't so much feel the giddiness anymore because I think it's a part of my body, but other people will feel it. It has a symbol that you can use to tap into it. You can see this one. I tried to draw it before and it didn't turn out too well. That's the symbol that I use by it. It looks like an H, sort of, I know, but it starts up here and it comes up and then down. Yeah, it's hard to draw backwards. But that's the symbol for Onna-mai Reiki. just draw the symbol in the air. See if you can connect to the energy. Draw it with your hand. Go like this over, and then just like receive, 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 and see if you can feel it. I'm going to give you a transmission. A transmission is different than an attunement. An attunement allows you to tap into the energy yourself more strongly. A transmission is just me transmitting the energy through my higher self and my body and this video. And you can watch this video anytime and get this energy if you want to feel it again, if you want a sort of healing sweep to occur. And we'll just see what happens. My friend, I don't have the window open. It's Pookie something. X blah blah blah. And yeah, if you go into my friends, you'll see who he is. He's got long hair. And he's doing free Reiki transmissions and things right now, and Reiki sweeps or whatever. If you want that, then ask for one, get one, watch the videos. They're fantastic. You'll feel better. And if you want to work with this energy and donate to the cause, that's even better. Yeah, that's all I'll say. We're done with that. Okay, transmission. Sit back, relax, receive.